I'm Jeremiah Boucher, a commercial real estate investor with over 20 years experience. This show is designed to help you build your business, become a better real estate investor, and help you see opportunities that will keep you ahead of the competition. This is Finding Your Edge. Finding Your Edge. Another episode here, Jeremiah Boucher. I own Patriot Holdings. We have $400 million of assets under management. We have 100 storage facilities, mobile home communities, industrial parks. And this is all about finding your edge in real estate and investing in personal, professional, mental, social, psychological health, and just becoming the best version of you. Even though you're already perfect the way you are, which is a really tough concept for me to understand. And this episode is somewhat of a recap of this year. Over the last 2 to 3 months, I've learned so much about myself. And when you take this inventory, it's really about what you've learned about yourself. And some of the biggest things that came out of this evolution is all the anxiety inside. I know I've been talking a lot about that lately, the fear, but it's not even labeled as fear, it's just angst, anxiousness. And I think in this world of constant stimulus, I feel like I always need to be doing something and working on something and texting someone or taking care of someone. And it's really tough for me to find that window of time that is my space, that is my workshop mentally, that is my meditative process where I'm still working on it, but taking 30 minutes a day to let go of all the attachment of all the stuff. And the big thing that I learned this year is like being okay with me. And this might be boring to you, but being okay with yourself and being kind to yourself and compassionate to yourself, it's so important. And that's the ultimate game. So as I grow the company and I'm out there negotiating and working through conflict and working on a new relationship or losing a relationship or winning a business deal, losing a deal, all these things rattle up my physiology, my psychology. And for me, I have to find a way to slow down and breathe and connect to myself. And then in turn, I can come back with a clear mind. And I did not see the value in this. And I still have challenges because I want to go do things and take action rather than just slow down and be present. And I think this presence is the key to unlock the door of creation, a lot more creation, manifestation, the power of attraction, all that stuff that gets pushed on social media and was in the movie The Secret. And it's somewhat airy-fairy, but I do believe in this idea of letting the game come to you. So letting the game come to me. It was a story that a therapist told me about Michael Jordan, where he completely changed his career after he won the first 3 championships, and then he was going after the next 3 championships. And it was the advice from Phil Jackson about let the game come to you. Stop going out and trying to chase the game. And when he slowed down and had the game come to him, and he was able to orchestrate it by different players working in the system, and he was working in it, and he was able to see things he was never able to see before. And because he was being present and letting the game come to him and doing it for the love of the game. And that's what I want to achieve. I want the game to come to me too, where the game of investing, the game of relationships, the game of my health, let go of all the control and let the game evolve and see it for what it is and slow down and be present around it. So these are all nice, these psychological, philosophical ideas, but what practically did I learn? Well, taking that 30 minutes a day to lay down, I put my feet up on the couch, I let my arms hang back, I breathe, and I just feel my body. I let the thoughts occur. So that is my meditation, and it helps with my posture too. So my head's not always forward. I have a real bad habit of hunching over, and it's what my parents do and what I like to do, but changing my posture, but breathing, connecting to myself, letting go for a second, letting the game come to me. The next is full self-expression, just sharing myself in really vulnerable positions and situations, and it's not always worked out well, but when I say what I feel, then I get it out, And then I can actually start to let go of all the resentment and the energy that's tied up and be able to be direct, even if it's super uncomfortable. One of the most important quotes I heard, the quality of our life is directly correlated to the quality of our conversations, the tough conversations we have with other people, and embracing that every single day and having the tough conversations with ourselves. And that's something I do. I wake up and I walk every morning. Something I learned is I like to talk to myself and walk and think about things, and I try to take my headphones off and I try to be quiet and present. I don't always do that, but moving around and just thinking and talking and or being silent and just being present in the morning and getting things going, that allows me to think a lot clearer rather than getting up and getting on my phone, my computer, cranking up the caffeine and trying to just slow down and start, which is really hard for me. Some other things I learned this year were patience, having a lot more patience. Right now, we are not growing rapidly as a company and the real estate market is slow. So a superpower is just sitting back and being patient and not making bad decisions and being okay with not growing, being okay doing the reps, being okay going through the process. Like, this is a very, very important lesson, especially right now in business, and one that we always need to remember, because as entrepreneurs and investors, we want to have activity, we want to get going, we want to create, we want to grow. But sometimes the best thing is to sit back and let the game come to us. Be patient. I'm working on it. I'm still there. Another big thing I learned this year is it doesn't get easier. No matter how great you become, no matter how much money you make, no matter how secure in your relationship you feel, man, you always have to be prepared to just handle all obstacles and continually grow and work on yourself every day. Not in a way where you need to change yourself. It's more of a way of, for me, it being ready, being prepared, because things are going to come and things are going to knock me off kilter, and I am going to feel overwhelmed and flustered and afraid and angry. And it's really, okay, being prepared. Okay, I got everything I need inside me right now. It's time to just handle this head on, right? And take it in one piece at a time. I don't need to solve the whole equation. And one thing that helped me a lot was 10-year thinking. Gino Wickman, the founder of Traction, talked about this in one of his new books. And it's like, what are my goals for 10 years down the road? If it's building a loving, connected relationship with a wife and having children, now what am I doing messing around with people that I really don't feel that's going to be where we're going to go? And it's not an action that's getting me to that ultimate goal. Or what assets do we need to buy right now that we're going to hold for 5 to 10 years, and they're going to help get us to the goal of that 10-year plan in the company, instead of little deals here and there that are going to be a nuisance, or they're outside of our core box or outside of our core markets, and they're just going to waste time, energy, money, confuse the staff. Like, do they align with our 10-year plan? Do the things I do with my health align with my 10-year plan? Right? Getting up and drinking water, reducing some caffeine, trying to continually hit my weights and hit walks and hit some training for martial arts and work on my mobility and posture. Like, those things are my 10-year plan. That is going to get me healthier than I am today. 10-year thinking is a really powerful strategy for me. And if I'm very clear on what I want to get out of this decade and next decade in my life, like, I don't feel so much pressure. I have to create it this year or this month or this quarter. The other thing I learned this year is there's a lot of value in journaling. And I've journaled my whole life, but journaling and really learning about yourself and sharing thoughts and ideas about what's going on inside. And that sounds so simple, but I learned the most important relationship in my entire life is with myself. And the more I can learn about myself, the more I can give, the more I can love, the more I can be at peace. And I don't know how to do this. This has been very difficult for me, but I do know it's the right thing. And I know that we all, at the end of the day, are alone, and we are by ourselves. And we may have a family, we may have a wife or girlfriend, may have a partner or a bunch of friends, or we may be alone. But regardless, we are alone, a lot of the time. And that relationship with ourselves is so important. And I know we all got to get by. We all got to pay the bills. We all have to have a career. We have to, and we want to. I mean, there's a purpose behind what we do for our work, our labor, what we create. And that was really diving into this relationship with myself and learning what's really important to me and who am I and what do I want to create. I'm still learning. I don't know. All I know is it's a lot of suffering in the world. People are suffering, and you're suffering, I'm suffering. This is part of the human experience, and there's meaning to it. And the meaning is the meaning that we create. And suffering is a gift because it gives us the ability to have joy and love and passion and playfulness. And pain is a message. Pain is telling us something about what's going on, something that we don't feel is right, something that we want to change. It creates awareness. And that is an edge, right? This is the theme of the show, is finding your edge, is what is that pain in my life that drives me? What is that pain in my life, and how can I use it to help improve my relationships? How can it improve my work? How can it improve my speaking skills, or the way I treat my body, or my health and exercise, or my diet? Pain is a very valuable message, and I learned it this year. And through personal experiences, through relationships, and through some injuries, it's like a lot of pain. And that pain, at first, I wanted to resist and fight and not deal with it, and not talk about it, and not acknowledge it, and push it down, and suppress it, and depress it, and just hide it, and it won't go away until we embrace it, until we feel it, and then we let that pain come up and give us this message. We don't truly get the gift of it, and we don't really learn. So pain is your friend, and pain is something that we all have to have a relationship with, and it's a gift. I know it sounds crazy, and a lot of times I don't feel this way, but I know deep down it's true. It's a message and something that we all can learn from and listen to. And one of the final items I learned this year is money will not make you happy. And you've heard this a million times. But money does not solve all the problems in the world. People with money are not more involved than anyone else. Money enhances who we are. That's all it does. It's a tool, it's a power, it's a resource, and it helps us create, it helps us destroy. It's just the amplifying effect of our energy. And wherever we want to choose to apply that money is how we can affect the world around us. And we can affect the world through our energy as well. But money amplifies the hell out of it. But I do know now that the people I know with a lot of money, they do have a level of certainty and comfort, but there are a lot of fucked up people with money, and it is not the answer. And for a long time, I thought that was the answer, and all of my actions were about getting more money. And right now, it's really changed this year in my life of reprioritizing things where the game of money is great, and the game of investing in real estate, it is fun, and it's my profession, it's my career, and it's how I earn a living, but it is not who I am. It is truly just a game, and there's rules, and we learn the rules, and the rules ultimately come down to how we treat people, how we work with people, how we solve other people's problems. So in real estate, we solve people's problems by doing what we say we're going to do, or finding a way to solve a problem where even if we can't do what we say we're going to do, we're going to create a compromise, a negotiation, an agreement, and find a way to create a win, or at least be clear and direct that you can't do these certain things. And it's not a good fit for this person, but it's direct communication. And it's taking resources like investors' money, bank loans, management teams, construction teams, pooling them all together and getting a team to work in a cohesive way that's going to add value to all the parties involved. That is the goal. And this is the true game around it. And it's just the teams. And investing in real estate's a team sport. And the money that you have, yes, it's a scoreboard, but it's not who you are. And the score will be up, the score will be down. I'll feel great, I'll feel like shit, and that is the balance of life, right? That is the roller coaster of it all. So think about the things that you've learned in 2024. What are some of the major principles or ideas or habits or relationships that you have created or that have highlighted certain things that changed your perception or your beliefs or your ideas or the energy that you produce and the power of what you're attracting, because what we believe and what we learn shift and change over time, and this is how we evolve and grow. So really take that time, and I hope you got something good out of what I've learned this year, and I'll wrap it up with a couple more episodes. It's been a heck of a ride this year, and I will be republishing Finding Your Edge, the book, adding in the second half of the story and restructuring it a little bit. So I'm excited to get that out there for everybody and wrap up the new year strong. And reach out to me and let me know, what the heck have you learned this year? What's made a huge impact on your life, and what lessons can you share to the people around you that can help improve their lives? And how do you improve that relationship with yourself, the most important relationship we all have? For more information on commercial real estate investing, go to patriotholdings.com. Thanks for listening to Finding Your Edge.